Hello friends, this is Rajiv and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about React.js. Some people call them React.js or simply React. So what do you think what this React.js is? Now, if you're thinking that React.js is a framework just like your AngularJS, you're wrong. React is not a framework; it is a library. All right. So React.js is a front-end library which is developed by Facebook. It is used for handling the view layer for web and mobile apps. And React.js allows us to create reusable UI components, and it is one of the most popular JavaScript libraries that has a strong foundation and large community behind it. So in this session, my focus will be to introduce you with this library, and I'll also explain to you how to install it in your system and how to do a simple program using React.js. All right, so let's get started, guys. One of the feature of React.js is it has got the ability to work with JSX. JSX stands for JavaScript XML. JSX is a JavaScript syntax extension and allows us to write HTML in React. However, it is not necessary to use JSX in React development, but it is highly recommended. The second feature is components. React is all about components. You need to take everything in React as components. This will help you to maintain your code effectively, especially when you're working on a very large scale project. The third feature of React.js is its simplicity. React.js uses JSX file that makes the application simple as well as easy to understand. Since React.js uses a component approach, it makes the code reusable as well as easy to learn and use. The fourth main feature of React.js is it has got a big support to virtual DOM. What is virtual DOM? A virtual DOM object is a representation to original DOM object. Whenever any modification happen in the web application, the entire UI gets re-rendered in the virtual DOM representation, and then it checks the differences between the previous DOM object with the current DOM object, and only those changes will get updated with the original DOM object. This way your application becomes much faster and efficient, and there is no wastage of memory. And lastly, there is one more feature which I would like to add up here is the performance. React.js is known to be a great performer. This feature makes it much better as compared to most of the frameworks that we have right now. And as I've already told you, React.js is not even a framework, it is a library. The reason behind this is it manages a virtual DOM. Now, what is this DOM? The DOM is a cross-platform and programming API that deals with HTML, XHTML, or XML. The DOM exists directly within the memory. Due to this, when we create components, we do not write directly into the DOM. Instead, we are writing virtual components that will turn into the DOM and leading to smoother and faster performances. In the last slide, we discussed about the various features of React.js. Many of you who are already programmers and have experiences would already know what a component is. But for all those people who are beginners and still have questions related to the components, React.js allows us to create reusable components. What exactly a component is? Well, a component is a building block of a program. When I say building block, what does that mean? A building block could be a small function or a class that once created can be reused at various places of the application, making it reusable. If you still have query related to the component, let me show practically using a website that is developed using React. Let us go to the official website of React. All right, so you in front of you can see this is the official website of React.js, and the website name is reactjs.org, and this application is completely developed using React.js. And if you ask me what could be components here, so I would say this is just my assumptions. I would say that this nav bar could be a component, one component. This banner can be another component, and if you scroll down, this individual sections can be a component. You see they are all same component, but the only difference is the data. If you see the structure of these three sections, it is the same. The only thing is the difference is in the data. So what you normally do is you develop a component, you define its structure, and then whenever you want to call the component by passing the required data as parameters. All right, so when you scroll down now, you can see this is another component which is having a section here and a box here. So if you want to call this component again, you call the component by passing different data. Now this is a different, you have another section with the same structure. So this is also a similar component as this one. So if you see the overall page, your page is completely a collection of several components. So here is the importance of implementing React.js in your web application. Is it clear? Okay, in front of your screen now you can see a small demonstration about a website where we are required to design these four boxes without using React.js. All right, so in that case, what we will do, for each box or a card, whatever you may call, we need to apply the formatting separately. Like for example, we need to add an img tag here, and then this for this Peter, in order to make the color red, I need to apply a font tag. To make it bold, I need to apply the tag B, and then to centralize it, I need to apply a center tag. So let's say these are the four elements which is applied on Peter: h1, bold, font, and center. And for short description, we have applied font and the paragraph tag. All right, and the same formatting which is applied on this box have to be reapplied on the remaining boxes. All right, so this is the problem with if you are required to design a web page without using React.js. Now consider the example where we are using React.js to apply the same thing. Okay, if you're using React.js, what you should first do is to create a component, give a name to the component. Let's say the component name is student, and you provide the required attributes. Let's say I have two attributes defined in this component called name and description, where name is given these elements: h1, bold, font, and center, and description is given font and paragraph tag. So you are defining the structure of name and structure of description in this component, all right, which is named as student. Now whenever I want to draw these boxes, what I will do, I'll just call the tag or the component name student, and call the attribute name is equal to value. The value is the data which you need to pass as parameter to the component. So immediately it will design this box, and then it will give you this structure. So that is the use of having React.js in your website. And the same way you can design the other boxes by just calling the name of the component and passing the required data as parameter. I hope this one is clear now. So that was a very basic information about React.js. I hope you have got some idea about it now. In my next video, I'll explain to you how to install the React.js in your system. I hope you have liked this video, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it, like it, and also hit on that notification button so that you will get the updates instantly. All right, thanks for watching.